Everyone knows how much it sucks to be driving along and then bam, you hit a red light and you're stuck there forever. Well, believe it or not, there's a way around them, and you won't believe how easy it is. All that you need is a universal remote. It sounds impossible, but believe me, it works. Now these remotes are everywhere, and almost anyone will work. The key is the programming. Universal remotes need to have a certain code entered for them to work on your TV or other electronic device, and the same will need to be done for it to work on traffic lights. All you have to do is program the 3-digit code 911, and I'll tell you why this code works. See this sensor above the traffic light? One of the things that this sensor watches for is emergency vehicles. When an emergency vehicle approaches a light and it has its strobes on, the sensor can read that it's an emergency vehicle and turns green. By programming the remote this way, you basically trick the lights into thinking that you are an emergency vehicle by sending an emergency code to the sensor. Once you have the code entered, all you have to do is pull up to the red light and hit the right button on the remote to get a green light. Now figuring out which button can be tricky. You may have to try a few before it works. With most remote models, the channel buttons or volume buttons usually work best. Remember, this video is for instructional purposes only, and that said, drive safe.
Are your bills adding up? Are you so broke you can't even afford an air guitar? Then try this simple hack of a calculator and start rolling in the dough. Just grab any household calculator. Now all you have to do is assign letters to each of the buttons, like telephones do. Here's a quick guide. ABC is assigned to number 2, DEF assigned to number 3, and so on. Now resist the urge to type in naked hotties, because it won't do anything. Pervert. We want to type in the word money, and that would end up being 66639. Go ahead and type that number in and then press plus, minus, and multiply buttons at the same time. The display should change to money, and voila! It starts spitting out money in small bills. It's just that easy. With just a few button presses, you've got a pile of cold hard cash. Why, you could buy your father's approval with all that money.
You were a mistake.
Maybe not.
You've seen the other battery hacks. The 9-volt,
Lame.
the 6-volt,
Lame.
and the 12-volt.
Mega lame.
Not this one though. We're gonna hack a car battery and save you millions of dollars a year. First, borrow your buddy's keys to his car and pop the hood open. Find the battery and take it out. Make sure to leave him a note though, so he doesn't get upset that you hacked his battery.
Friendly hack.
Next, we need to get this bad boy open. You'll notice that there are all kinds of warning labels on there.
Lame.
But that's just a bunch of crap to keep you from finding the treasures inside. Now normally I would use a lightsaber to open up this battery, but since most of you don't have lightsabers, we're gonna use a standard flathead screwdriver.
Lame.
Now put some hustle in your muscle and make like Chuck Norris on crack, cause you're gonna need it. This thing is sealed tight. Sometimes it helps to flip it on its side.
Sideways hack.
All the struggling's worth it though once you get that top cracked open, cause this baby is filled with AA batteries. Just shake it and the batteries start pouring out. Shake it some more until they're all out. Over 1,500 AA's make up this one car battery. But that's not all. I dug around inside and found an old school Game Boy. Who knew they put these things in there? Unfortunately, it only comes with Tetris. But hey, what are you gonna do? Oh, and be careful. Some brands also have a unicorn inside them. They may look magical and cute, but all they do is run around and crap all over your workshop. So it's best to get rid of them right away.
Bloody unicorn hack.
So there you have it. With this tip, you'll never have to buy AA's again. AA batteries are one of the most popular brand of batteries out there, and at an average cost of $5 for a pack of 4, you can easily find yourself paying hundreds a year to keep your electronics running. Well, with this amazingly simple hack of a 6-volt lantern battery, you're going to be saving yourself a lot of money. First, pick up a 6-volt lantern battery. They can be found for around $4 to $5 at almost any store that carries batteries. Next, we need to peel off that pesky label to make things easier. After that, using a flathead screwdriver or other tool, we need to pry the top off the battery. These are usually attached pretty securely, so it'll take a little muscle to get it off. Once we get the top part way off, using a wire cutter, cut the wires that attach the inside to the casing. Once that's done, you won't believe what's inside. 32 standard AA size batteries. That's right, 32 AA batteries power this one 6-volt. Now with this little secret, you can power all of your electronics for a very long time for just a few dollars and save yourself hundreds a year. We all know how frustrating it is to have a favorite CD or DVD that is scratched and won't play anymore. Well, with this simple technique, you'll get rid of those nasty scratches and have a disc that plays like new. First, you'll need a regular household microwave. Insert the disc into the microwave and select your setting. You want to make sure to select the Repair CD button for the best results. Now flip the lights off and watch the cool light show. You can actually see the sparks smoothing the scratches out. Now when you take your disc out, you might think, that looks even worse. Well, don't worry, we still have a few steps left. Put the disc on a paper towel and grab some ice cream. Make sure it's the slow churn kind though. Anything else may be too abrasive. Scoop some on and work it around the disc, getting even coverage. Next, grab some chocolate syrup and pour it on top of the affected areas. After that, crack an egg open and pour it on top of the ice cream and syrup. Now just let it sit for approximately 11.5 hours to let the ingredients soak into the scratches. After that, using a dill pickle, rub the ingredients into the disc until you have a nice even looking coat. Make sure it's a sliced pickle though. It would be silly to try this with a whole pickle. Pour everything on top of the disc into a bowl and save it. We'll need it for later. Next, we want to really rub those scratches out using a marshmallow hamburger. Don't try and use an actual hamburger, as beef products will erase the disc's information. Now just wash it off and voila, look at the shine of that brand new looking CD. It's just that easy, and now it will play like new. Oh, and that pickle? Why, after all that hard work, you're gonna need a snack. So go ahead and treat yourself. You deserve it. If you're like a lot of people, you probably still have a VCR around your house, even though DVDs and now Blu-rays have made them obsolete. And if you're like me, you're probably thinking about just throwing it away. But wait, don't throw away that old dinosaur, hack it! That's right, this video will show you how a simple VCR hack will get you back in the digital revolution. All you need is a screwdriver, scissors, and some marshmallows. Why marshmallows? You'll see in just a minute. Now, before you start, unplug your VCR from the wall. We don't want you to get electrocuted. Next, place your VCR on a stable surface and use a screwdriver to remove the screws that attach the top. Once you get those out, remove the top from the casing and get ready for the treasures inside. First, take out this power surge casing. This is there to protect the VCR's memory in case of a power outage. Inside, you'll find 24 AA batteries. Next, we'll want to take out this red GPS unit, which just slides out. These act like a load jack for your VCR in case it ever gets stolen, and once removed, they're easily converted into a handheld GPS unit. Then go ahead and remove these two black components nearby. Once you get them out, you'll quickly realize that the first is a cell phone, and the next is an iPod Touch. On the other side of the VCR, just break off this circuit board to find two more iPods underneath. It's like an Apple store in your VCR. Finally, for the finale, we want to remove this entire middle area here to reveal the best surprise underneath. This is the part that VCR manufacturers don't want you to know about. Go ahead and remove all the screws that secure it in place. Then your best bet is to pull up from one side. Carefully remove the insides, but watch out, because a small monster guards the final treasure. This is where your marshmallows come in. VCR monsters love marshmallows, so you can use one to easily lure him away. After he's gone, dig in and pull out the greatest surprise of all, a portable Blu-ray player. So don't throw away that VCR, hack it to find all of these great things inside. Just make sure you keep a lot of marshmallows around.
We've all had this happen before. You're in the middle of something when BAM! The light bulb burns out. It's useless, and now you have to throw it away. Or do you? With this easy hack of a light switch, you'll be seeing the light once again. For this hack, you'll need two easy tools, a screwdriver and a stick. Now before you start any project that deals with electricity, you'll need to find the fuse box to shut off the power. Now don't use the stick. Open up the fuse box and find which one corresponds to the correct room. Don't use the stick. Once you find the correct one, turn it off or pull the fuse. Now that the power is off, locate the light switch. Don't use the stick here. Using the screwdriver, remove the screws and take the plate off the wall. Once that's off, you want to clear the gummy bear insulation that will be in the way. Keep in mind that if your house was built after 1979, your light insulation will most likely be killer bees. So if that's the case, you're f***ed. Now that you've got the gummy bears out of the way, make sure there aren't any spare iPods or iPhones stuck in there. Ah, got one. Now we're ready to remove the switch. Now don't use the stick here. Use the screwdriver to remove the light switch. Now that the switch is removed, spin the entire switch 360 degrees and screw it back in. By spinning the switch, you're bypassing the fusion nodule conductor and creating a double quadrant flow current that inverts the bulb filament, creating a triple voltage bond with the electromagnetical high density recharge circuit. In essence, you're telling the light bulb to stop being a lazy bitch and turn back on. And that's what it does. Amazing, right? Now let's take this hack to the next level. But don't use the stick. Go back to the light switch and spin it a few more times. Now when you flip it on, the bulb is even brighter. Every time you spin it, it multiplies the brightness by 10. Keep turning it as many times as you want to get the brightness you want. Just be careful, if you turn it too many times, you can get the bulb as bright as the sun. Don't use the stick!
You've probably seen other lighter hacks, but you've never seen one like this. With just a few easy steps, a simple hack will have your lighter doing things you never thought were possible. All you need for this hack is a lighter and a needle nose pliers. Start by removing this metal top from the lighter using the pliers. Once it's removed, you'll see this small nozzle on top which controls how big the flame will be. Using your needle nose pliers, tighten this nozzle a couple turns and replace the metal top. Right away you can see a huge difference. Here's the unmodified flame, and now here's the flame after the hack. Much larger. Now go ahead and remove the cap and tighten the nozzle about 10 more times. Now when you use the lighter, you've got a mini flamethrower. But we're not done yet. Just like before, remove the cap and tighten the nozzle some more, but this time tighten it at least 50 more times. This might take a while. Once you're done, make sure to replace the cap and get ready for some fun. Now the lighter will release so much fluid when you hit the button, it will shoot fireballs. Pretty intense, huh? This lighter can eliminate all kinds of problems. Use it on idiots that park in front of your parking space.
Hello?
Annoying pop-ups. Zebras. Clouds. Britney Spears. Or just use it on that annoying neighbor. What? Remember to have fun, be careful, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.